Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rumboyz After Dark, the drunken sports talk show with the hottest takes, the greatest panel. I was going to say hottest panel, but, you know, have you seen this person next to me?
We good looking too. We good looking.
Do the hair thing. Hit it with it for old.
I got it.
Woo! It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are going to notice that we got some new faces. The panel has grown. We got some new family. We are going to welcome them. You guys saw me feature on their channel. Me and Justin held it down for, I guess what we could call that Halloween. It was November.
Yeah, it was the Halloween show.
Yeah, it was a Halloween show. So you guys know Justin from Clock Management Fantasy Football, and his co-host, his Ty Boogie, Harry. Everyone should have a Ty Boogie. Fellas, introduce you guys yourself. Let them know where they can find you, social media, all that good stuff.
You guys can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, everywhere where you can find a podcast, every social media. And I got to say, Ty, no offense, but Perry's beard game is a lot stronger.
It's true.
Nice. I have to get that like lotion to like on my finger.
I just heard scotch. Scotch helps.
Ty's face. I'll try that. Ty's face reminds me of Rupert, the freaky mole rat from Kim Possible. Just naked, bro. Just naked and smooth.
There's some fuzz, bro. There's some fuzz. I mean, like I can do this, but it just like it's.
You have more of the Paul Pierce going on than I do. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, you know the two gentlemen on the bottom corners. The man that needs no explanation, our resident panelist, Nate Howard.
What's up, everybody?
Nick, you bumped enough, bro. It looks like you got like a goose down underneath your hoodie along with that beanie.
Wait, what's it?
I say it looks like you got a goose down underneath your hoodie along with that beanie.
No.
Shit. But all good, all love and jokes. And then of course, the moderator of the whole thing. And I gotta say, you know, he's a lot better looking than Molly. You know?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Wait, I got nothing bad to say about Molly.
No, I have.
But I got nothing bad to say about JD either.
She opens her mouth. She's a little yappity.
Rumboyz Central, the man that makes everything work on Rumboyz.com.
He is the gear.
We do what we can on Rumboyz.com. Definitely check us out on there, and welcome to the Rumboyz After Dark show, guys. We got an interesting set of questions, a little bit more interesting and a little bit funny, a few funny ones too. But let's get started with Rumboyz OG here.
Really quick before we get started.
What's up, brother? Oh, of course.
We gotta open ourselves up.
Everybody grab one.
Everyone before the first question. You like let me lean over. He got like a wet bar back there, bro.
I just had it here. Ready to go.
I only have beer with me.
Cheers to me.
Cheers to you.
Boys and girls, what it do? Dilly. That's so nice.
Hell yeah. Hype in the chat too. Welcome, guys. Got a lot of people already.
Run it.
All right, Rumboyz OG. Let's talk about this. Thursday Night Football got pretty violent last night as an arguable late hit happened. It led to a brawl between Mason Rudolph and Myles Garrett. Both were punished for their actions. Garrett is suspended indefinitely. Some are saying that he may miss the rest of the season. What is your reaction to the fight, and did the punishments fit the crime?
All righty. So just to go ahead and make sure, you know, I restate, we're talking about, of course, pretty much BMF match number 2. Except there was like no ref stoppage here. Like it just escalated to the point to where it stopped it themselves.
And it was a hardcore match.
Oh, it was a hardcore match. You had linemen climbing over top of like each other, like one person was a cage, and like it was just great. It was great.
It was Mick Foley with a fucking barbed wire bat, bro. Like,
dude, I was waiting for Garrett to pull out a table, man.
No,
Right.
They stopped it before Sting could swing down from the Raptors. So,
did anybody see Ric Flair?
I was like, the only thing that was missing from my play-by-play last night was the woo. By the way, shout out to good old Pete for getting that snip. Let me just go ahead and break down kind of what led up to this, okay? This was a volatile game before this incident even happened. All right, we had already had guys getting ejected. Juju concussed. Deontay Johnson got knocked the hell out. He was done, okay? In the words of Smokey on Friday. By the way, happy Friday. Dude, there was dead bodies all over the field right there. Someone needs to insert. You guys want to see a dead body, and then go right back to this. With that being stated, anyone that's ever played football and anyone that's ever put on pads, put on a pair of cleats, you know that your team that's your band of brothers right there. And when you have your brothers pretty much getting knocked out, and your rookie, when it reaches the point where the rookie goes down, your little brother goes down, you're like, man, let me in. I'm crawling in the ring. And it just went down and it happened. So, of course, by the time that incident had happened, with the hit on Rudolph, yes, everyone's like, oh, well, Rudolph was trying to pull on his helmet. I generally think that, honestly, Rudolph was kind of just trying to get up, and he had braced the helmet. And then at that point, there was maybe some jaw jacking on the ground. He was like, man, fuck you, fuck this. And then gave him a hug. And then
I heard Rudolph was the person who punched Garrett when he was stuck in traffic, though. So it makes a little more sense now,
Dude, that was great. With that joke being said, that is my take. Sam Darnold, I am sorry about your head. I just want to know one thing, or wow, Rudolph. Wow, I just want to know one thing about Rudolph. Do you have a knot on your head, son?
Oh, for sure.
He's got a knot on his head from when he got knocked out like weeks ago. Like he probably didn't know what's happening. To be honest, like.
Yo, that's the second time this man has had a face mask or a helmet off. Like,
yeah,
man.
Go ahead.
I really don't think Pouncey should have been suspended for this, though. Like, I feel like he didn't really do anything wrong. He probably stopped some extra blows from, Rudolph taking some extra helmet hits.
Brandon Rogers says Pouncey was kicking like a bitch.
Honestly, I mean, you got to do something if you're a lineman. You got to do something to defend your quarterback, like, especially at the point where there's a helmet taken off. For me on this one, I mean, I agree that Garrett is not going to play a down for the rest of the season.
No, he's not.
I don't know how you extend it any farther than that. I mean, they certainly can if they deem it, officially a problem. Rudolph would have been my only way for it to get worse for Garrett if he pressed charges. They said earlier he's not going to be pressing charges, so I think Garrett gets what he deserves. I think they should have been lighter on Pouncey's fine or his suspension. What is he? 3 games? I think.
Yeah.
So,
I think that was overkill.
I understand it. I'll say that. I'll start with I understand it, but he's only doing something to defend his quarterback. That's what a lineman does. That's what a lineman is paid to do. That is quite literally the job of that lineman. I understand it's a little excessive when he starts throwing punches and kicks, but damn, they're lucky the rest of the sideline didn't get there, because there would be the whole damn Steelers organization. Half of both of those teams would be suspended if they let it happen. Pouncey just got there first. So in regards to the lineman, I think they could have been lighter, give Pouncey a game. It is what it is, but Garrett, at this point, if he deserves to be punched in the face in traffic again at this point. I would like to get in a Steelers jersey, rock a Steelers jersey, give me one of these, and just fucking clock this dude and then run away. Like,
my favorite part was the lineman coming up with the dink and dunk, just came up and just like, no, get off my quarterback. Like,
You got to do something. So, I mean, I agree with everything that's going on. I agree with the suspensions, except for maybe County getting maybe a game instead of 3. Otherwise, just petty that this is in the NFL at this point. Like, Garrett, you knew what the hell you were doing. Don't give me that BS. Like,
What do you guys think of Rudolph getting fined?
I love it. That's fine.
you know what? I'm not opposed to it. A suspension, I honestly would have been furious about. A suspension, I would have had a real conversation about it. I would have been mad. A fine, sure, I get it. Maybe that's just more the NFL saying, like, dude, you were involved in it. Like, I don't care if you were just a victim, you were involved. So we got to do something to you so that there's not other people just like trying to do this later in the season. So I get the fine, whatever. Let the kid pay the fine. You're not a real NFL player. You get fined for some shit. So
and Rudolph chased after him too. He could have just said, "Okay, you're gonna grab my helmet and run away." He chased after his ass.
You know what? My man. I like that.
It's like when your mom's trying to split you and your little brother up, and he's like, "No!"
Yeah, he's like, "I want it. Let me at him."
Yeah, I was a little brother, so.
I was
What's
thinking
your full take on this one?
last night I was thinking it'd be hilarious if he took the helmet and then just ran over and threw it in the stands.
Yeah.
And injure somebody. Be funny.
You can poke that thing across the field. Like, I would have been like, nice, dude. Like, that's what's up.
Bob Rodriguez says the game was over already.
Yeah, take it with you. Put it on, a trophy mantle.
Justin, what is your full take on the situation?
So I think that they were saying, all the suspensions are good, except I think Pouncey shouldn't have. I don't think he even should have got suspended personally. Like a fine, yeah, but suspended, no. Like he was reacting to that dude attacking his quarterback. The ref wasn't going to stop him. So I mean, someone had to. And I mean, you're not going to see Garrett again for a while. Hopefully, I hope he starts next season, and that'd be awesome. But yeah, it's sad.
I like that. I agree with you on Pouncey. What about you, Perry, on this situation? Your takes?
I mean, I was fine with the punches as soon as he started kicking, whether or not they were bitch kicks or not. I think that's where the suspension.
I think you got to take into account that they're bitch kicks.
That's why I only got 3. It would have been 4 if he really connected.
300 would have been a different story.
But I think David DeCastro probably saved Rudolph's life by just laying on top of Myles Garrett. But man, imagine the conversation we'd be having right now if he caught him with the crown of the helmet instead of just the edge of it.
Right,
dude,
could have killed him
in his life. Honestly,
yeah. Rudolph said that he's not ruling out pressing charges.
No, he said he's not going to. That just
did he? Okay,
it's part of the game.
Nick Howard, your Cleveland Browns. What do you have to say about your boy Myles Garrett?
What kind of organization is this? Yeah, Nick, what are you doing, bro?
What are you guys doing over there in Cleveland?
I don't know, man. I just want to start by saying in no way, shape, or form am I defending what Myles Garrett did. In my opinion, he went too far. But I think it says something that a guy that listens to Motown, James Brown, does poetry, is into geology and rocks and fucking dinosaurs, and keeps to himself and is quiet, and has like a reputation for kind of a lot of other GMs, coaches, players around the league thinking that he's too chill, he's too nice to play defensive end for how big and how physical he is. I think it says something that you got a guy like that that's been cool, calm, and collective, got punched in the face by a fan, sucker punched, and just smiled it off and didn't retaliate, doing nothing. To get a rise out of that man, you had to do something. There's guilt on both parties. Nowadays we live in a ridiculous outrage culture. Like the amount of people that I heard today, like saying that he should be charged criminally and shit like that. Like it's part of the game. What's that?
No, I agree with you. Like, no, like hell no. People are taking their takes too far on the internet. Continue, bro. My fault.
You're good. But yeah, they were going way too far with it, and I think it's just. I think the suspension's just. I think it's ridiculous though that the media's pushed the false narrative, commentators, fans around like that Rudolph is a victim in any way. I could totally like you got to look at everything from other perspectives. I feel like there's two sides to every story, and then there's like really a third side. The third side is the perspective, how it looks from the outside looking in, how it looks if you like step back and weigh the situation out entirely. And looking at it from the third point of view, I kind of see it as Myles Garrett is super cool, super calm, collective, like a chill guy into poetry, like the gentle giant type guy, and you got him to have a reaction like that. You did something, and two, he went way too far with it. But
I'd love to know what Mason said.
Yeah.
These motherfuckers being retarded. You literally
I mean, not that it really matters. You shouldn't act like that, but at the same time, I'd love to know what was said.
I hear you talking in the background, motherfucker. What are you saying, Robbie?
Bro, if you had a mouthful of French fries, I would have walked off set. I'm gonna tell you, bro.
I don't have a mouthful of French fries. I don't have a mouthful of French fries, but I am about to crush this pizza.
Oh God, we always get him when he's eating.
We don't just get fantasy football right.
All right.
Before we let Bobby give his take on the situation last night on UFC 242 BMF Part 2 on the gridiron, I just want to add, I like that the league and Alberto Riveron did something right for once, and there was consistency between the Burfict call earlier in the year and now the call yesterday. So good on you, NFL. I'm actually giving you props.
How about this? I got a funny.
One right.
Maybe this will make Bobby's take even funnier. I'll ask around the panel. This is Justin Perry. Honestly, JD, I want to hear yours too. Just real quick, don't elaborate. What do you think Rudolph could have said to Garrett to fire him up like that?
That's what I
Are you asking everyone?
Yeah. Everyone, go around again. Give me just a sentence. Like,
Yeah, he told him Popeye's spicy chicken sandwiches suck.
bang! Let's go.
I got one.
I like that. That was beautiful. Good start.
Y'all aren't going to the playoffs anyway.
Oh. Y'all still the worst team in our division, bro.
Harry?
I have no idea,
still
man.
stuck.
He's like, I have no idea, Nick, you know what it's like to have to roll on the mat, man. I know that you probably talk shit while you're fucking about to break someone's arm.
Oh, dude, literally. Like, I literally, as it's going down, are you prepared for your trip to Snap City? Because it's coming. But I don't know, man. I don't like to like bring it in, but I think there was a racial variety to it. That's why you.
Oh, you motherfucker! You took my take.
I'm sorry, Bobby. And to bring up another point that I forgot to mention in my initial answer. Me and Bobby were talking earlier today about like with the media, like the false narrative that like Rudolph is some sort of victim. Like if you like really look it back and like I said, look at it from that third perspective, that third lens, outside looking, step back and like take any bias out of it. That you could see it. Rudolph having a bad game, 4 picks, just got sacked twice in a row, almost got sacked the third time.
Yeah, he sucked.
You could sense a little frustration and like him trying to jack Myles Garrett's helmet off, and then Myles Garrett doing the thing he was trying to do to Garrett, like to be like, aha, like what the fuck now, and then to charge the man with no helmet, and you're a quarterback. He's 260 pounds, and he's a top 10, like
no chance
guy in the NFL. Like his lifting numbers are fucking ridiculous.
He was so bad at taking Garrett's helmet off. I didn't even know he did it. I watched it like 20 times and I couldn't see it.
Hey, bro, he grabbed that helmet the face mask, grabbed it by the face mask, and just ripped it off with ease.
Yeah, Garrett did. He's
his neck trying to pull the helmet off. Honestly, yeah.
And he did have his knee in his
groin.
Yeah, in his groin.
I couldn't see that. I looked for it. I couldn't.
I saw a picture of it.
Yeah, I saw like slow mode and like different angles.
Anyway,
What did you
Next
Google
topic.
to find that picture?
So have you guys all given your takes on that or no?
Yeah,
Let give Bobby 2 minutes.
I like Nick's take the best.
All right. So here's my take. I agree. Before I get started, I just want to say I agree with all the punishments. Mason Rudolph is fine. The 3-game suspension that was doled out to Pouncey for the punching and kicking, and then Garrett, that is a buddy, you're done for the rest of the year offense. So with the punishments being doled out per what the involvement was. Now my take is that me and Nick, like I said, we were talking earlier, and my take is I don't want people to take all the bias out of it. Rudolph is not as innocent as everybody is portraying him to look. Yeah. To me, he instigated that fight, but I do not in any way, shape, or form.
What's that, Bobby?
Rudolph should have walked from the situation and not charged Garrett afterwards. And Garrett shouldn't have tried to club him with the helmet. Like, both parties were wrong. They did the wrong thing, but in the heat of the moment, emotions got the best of both of them. So they're both wrong. Nobody's right in that situation, and it's a shitty, horrible look for the NFL.
Yep. Yeah, Garrett took it too far. Garrett took it too far, and I don't like the victim card that Rudolph is trying to play, and that the media is putting out. Like, you poked the bear mauled you, and now you're gonna whine about it, and like you're gonna feel some sort of way about it. Like, you played yourself, but like, bottom line, and Garrett took it too far. Like, you instead of hitting him with the helmet, you could have just dropped that helmet, threw it 5 yards in another direction, and just thrown a punch, and you would have got 2 or 3 games, and you could have hit that man with everything you got.
I have a feeling maybe Rudolph told him that Cleveland's only real athlete's been playing for the Lakers for the last 2 years.
He's been holding it.
Incoming hot take.
Let's go. All right, hot take, and then we'll move on to the next subject.
I'm actually glad LeBron's moved on. We could build a team organically the right way.
What?
Legit.
We'll talk about basketball soon.
No. I appreciate the shit, man, but LeBron leads to bringing in LeBron's guys.
I like Colin Sexton. I'm not gonna lie. All right, next topic. Let's start with Nick Howard and move back the other snake way. I got a funny one for you guys. So Daniel Jones' agent files for a trademark. Have you guys seen this one? Have you seen this?
I did. I saw it.
Yeah.
So he files for the trademark Danny Dimes. So my question is, with the record of 2-8, is it fair or foul that Daniel Jones is creating a brand? And how do you like the name Danny Dimes, Nick Howard?
Well, one, I laugh at it. I think it should be Danny Fumble with fucking what we do. But by all means, like, I think it's a bad look. I don't think he should be trying to build the brand at where they're at right now at their season and how it's been going. But by all means, like, all the flack that my quarterback is getting, and I could see other quarterbacks getting, I hope he does some commercials. I hope he goes all in with it, and I hope he still is fumbling, is doing dumb shit, and everybody's like looking at him like they're looking at Baker, or the next guy that's gonna be in public eye like that.
This is the first criticism I see. What about you, Perry? What is your opinion on Danny Dimes?
Man, I say go for it, dude. If Robert Griffin III can trademark unbelievably believable, Danny Dimes can say whatever the hell he wants.
I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Jeremy Lin also trademarked Linsanity, and I mean, neither of those guys did anything really. So
Good point. I like that one.
Damn, wait, Terry, hold on. Terry can shoot ass on that one because he gave you little nuggets, little gems. He was like,
I learned something today.
3 for 3 on beer pong. He was like,
You're welcome.
watch this. Redemption, give it back.
Justin and I are beer pong partners, though, for life as well. So
That's true.
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
oh, did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Yeah, you guys got to make a trip up to the Northwest. We'll
We
hook
have,
you up.
we have so many followers up there. It's literally in the making. People are literally asking us like when we're gonna go on tour. We're like,
I got asked to go to Seattle this week.
Sounds awesome. Rumboyz tour.
it's coming.
Go ahead,
All right,
Justin.
Justin,
Yeah.
your take
I'm-
on Danny Dimes.
I mean, I'm all about him building a brand. Like, you're a professional athlete, build a brand. I mean, Walmart's a brand too. You don't have to be a good brand. You can just be a brand. So, I mean,
Don't
get your
have to
money.
be a good brand.
Daniel
Get your
Jones,
money.
the Walmart quarterback.
Back-to-back fire takes. I love it. Absolutely love those takes. Wow. All right, top that, Rumboyz OG. I don't think you can.
Oh, I'm ready. Whenever.
Ooh, let's hear it.
No, you go ahead.
Bro, I've already backed out of the nickname Danny Dime. I've already taken this nickname away. Do you remember this? Like, my dude can't drop a dime. He's dropping quarter. It's not this big. He's dropping it in fucking this big of area. Like, he's tossing picks. Prove you are Danny Dimes before you're gonna try and put your name on that shit. Like, insanity. Low key, Jeremy Lin deserved that.
Yeah.
Like, he went off for as long as he did. I'm gonna give him that one. Danny
For
Dimes.
like 10 games?
What did he have? Like, okay, that's better than one game where he threw.
It's the NFL. 1 game, 10 games. There's 82 games in the NBA.
I don't trust one game. I don't trust even. You know what? You got to play like 2 years of being Danny Dimes for me to allow this one. Like, I get it.
Oh, yeah.
I
Fuck
agree.
yeah.
Make your money. It's not a guaranteed job that you stay making money in the NFL. I mean, he could be done. You know, you don't really know that. Make your money. Trademark it while you can. But prove your nickname before you're gonna go out and put it on T-shirts and all this shit. Like, I'm not with the Danny Dimes thing yet. I still, even when someone said it for the first time, I was like, dude, like, let the kid try and prove himself first. Like, so for your money and for your own safety in the future, do what you got to do. Otherwise, I think you're an idiot. So
Make sure you guys go to the Rumboyz store and buy the Perry Penny shirts we got.
Oh!
Merch drop.
Yo,
it's like,
yo.
Robbie, Danny Dimes, yay or nay?
So what I'm going to say is, first off, shout out to Johnny Socks, Blaze X, Dr. Stepping Stone, and Pat Jag, and Cubby Girl. All of you guys new over here on Sportscaster showing love. All of you on YouTube, make sure you remember to click the link that I'm dropping in the chat. Hop on over to Sportscaster. Live views are of the utmost importance. And also remember to spike the like. Now, with that being said, and all further ado, I have to rip into my dude in the chat, Zach. Danny Dimes should go and do the Nike thing and get a deal with Jordan. Trademark. Listen.
dude, played against Fortress and tried to sign him.
The only brand, if Danny Dimes were to trademark this and try and make tweaks, it would be the equivalent to when goddamn Lonzo Ball and LeVar tried to make the ZO2 sneakers. Okay, he does not have the clout, the record, none of that to be able to go out there and to provide quality, good product. I mean, what is he gonna do? Print it on a graphic tee from Team? Holy shit! Guess who the fuck already does that? These guys. Like, that's nothing to do. Like, if you're gonna try and trademark this and so on and so forth, like,
Doesn't he have 2 wins?
at least back it up. Yeah. Dude, the wins don't even matter because look at the amount of interceptions. Look at the amount of times that he fumbles the ball. Look at the way
Giants fans are already tripping on him.
He's a prospect still. I totally agree. Bobby, you got to take on Danny Dimes.
Yeah,
Yay or nay?
the only dimes that he's dropping are off his paycheck with all them picks. He should just focus on playing football over before he tries to sell that name, you need to make it believable. And right now, nobody believes that dude.
Yeah, he tried to play football. It didn't work for him.
I just fucking did that. In Daniel Jones's defense, his agent is the one who filed the
don't come to his defense, bro. He's playing like ass crack right now.
Counter says Danny drops.
Listen, I interviewed the guy. Okay, I gotta at least say something nice about him, so that I can at least eventually land a better
interview. He has a great personality.
Just remember, because of Daniel Jones, we don't have to watch Eli Manning play football right now. So
that's why I like him. Good point.
I missed the Eli face after a pick, though.
What you mean? The same face after everything?
That is one thing that will never ever get old. The epic derp face from the derp face from Daniel Jones is just as good as Eli's.
I want to say one thing before we hand it off to Nick Howard. All right, no, I think Nick Howard kicked this one off. Before we get into the next topic, I just want to state one thing. Today I posted a Instagram tweet, whatever, that, a year ago, how we had called a game, perfect point spread, everything, right? Once again, this is another thing that we are letting you guys know. These are rookies. Give them time. This era of new quarterbacks are coming in. This is the changing of the guard. All right. We told you guys this now for a year and some change now of doing this and running this show. All right. Hold on to that stuff that we're giving you guys, because it's making a difference in the game.
Yeah, you could be Denver. So
that got dark real quick. You could be Washington.
Dark real quick.
Yeah.
We'll talk about them in a second. Bobby, 24 teams are interested in Colin Kaepernick's workout. There seems to be a quarterback shortage. Is there a place for him in the league? Bobby, did you hear me?
He was good enough. He was good enough to be a backup when he left.
Yes.
He was good enough to be a backup. Look, if Nathan Peterman can get a job in the NFL, you cannot tell me that Colin Kaepernick could not have got one. Like, that's some bullshit. That is a if you don't think the league blackballed him, you're an idiot.
Rumboyz OG.
For me on this one, I think it's a good move by his team. I mean, I'll say that. Like, clearly you're not getting anywhere, and obviously just by releasing this, and even if they had one team show up, you did something. As the team of Colin Kaepernick, like, he wasn't getting anywhere. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I'm the person at this point that believes that he's not gonna do a whole lot if he even does get back. Not by any personal thing, but it's hard to come back to do anything in your life after not doing it for 4 years. I mean, shit, like, I get riding a bike, like, you just get back on it, you get going. But, like, playing the position of quarterback, let alone in the NFL, like, no way Kaepernick has been sitting for the last 4 years reading defenses, studying schemes, looking up who the new players on each team are, all this, that. Yeah, you might be working out. Yeah, you might be bigger. Yeah, you can still be just as fast, his arm, all that. But it is hard to come back and play football at a high level when we see people failing that have been playing their whole lives and never took a step out, and they can't do it. So do I think it's a good idea by him? Yeah. Do I think he gets signed? Honestly, there's a lot of teams that need a lot of quarterbacks, but I think there is just too many good quarterbacks coming up in the draft in the next 2 years for a team to make a risk, almost politically, as bad as that sounds, but I think a team is not willing to take that risk. I think they're just going to look into the draft and sign some of these big names that are coming out in the draft. But I do think it's a good move by Kaepernick and his team. Why would you not get yourself out there? And from what I've heard is everyone says he's in some of the best shape of his life. So if you're going to get signed, now or never for me. So
quick question. How old is Kaepernick?
33.
Gotta be like high 20, if not 30.
Before Robbie answers, let me paint a quick scenario. What if Cincinnati hired Greg Roman and brought in Kaepernick?
Well, again, there's a handful of probably like 4 or 5 teams that you can see taking the risk to go get him. Does it help? I'm not sure. Again, I don't trust. I don't care who you are. Tom Brady could not play football for 4 years, and I'd be like, dude, there's no way you come back and just ball out like you were. You know what I mean? Like you're not ready for it. You're not ready for some of this. So
he's 32.
I would love to see him go to a team and prove me wrong. I honestly would. I would love to see him try and do
Me
that.
too.
But I'm not super high on it. And again, not just by him. I don't care what the situation is. If you don't do something for 2 years, even a year, shit, you don't do something for 3 weeks, it takes you out of routine, let alone years. So, that's just where I'm at. I'd like to see him prove me wrong, though.
Feel that.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I think, he hasn't been reading defenses for the last 4 years, but neither has Andy Dalton, and he's still been a quarterback. So
That's a good one, Justin.
Incoming hot take again.
I like that.
I think he might not be an elite quarterback, but I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks out there, and hardly any of them are elite. So he could come in, and I think he could work his way back into rotation. Quarterback, you could play for years. So
let's get Robbie J's take, but I appreciate that's true, Justin. I
wanted Justin to know where he was going. Justin, if you have that take continue, you were go out of order.
Yeah, I kind of just ran right in there. But no, I was just saying, like quarterbacks, like you could play it for a lot longer than like, let's say, running backs. So being out 4 years, I think he could come back and still have a few years to get back into the swing of things and put up some good seasons. I doubt he's going to be an elite quarterback, but he could do just fine.
Might be better than Trubisky.
Yeah, right.
Amen.
What I am going to state is that
anybody's better than Trubisky.
Kaepernick is 32.
He already said that.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
fine.
And I said that.
I don't trust any of it anymore.
I said that he was 33.
I don't trust any of it.
Which makes it even fucking worse because I've been the one working this than anyone in this whole damn company. I have all the reporters here. So let me just go ahead and speak my piece. So first off, we do have knowledge, one, that this happening Saturday will be in Atlanta. So then boom, right there, at Atlanta's practice facilities. So boom, right there, there's already one team automatically in attendance. My team, the Washington Redskins, have said that they'll be in attendance. And as well as almost, I believe, 24 league teams. Let me just make sure. Well, let me make sure.
The Patriots are sending a rep down there. They'll be
Beat the House Sports said the Patriots won't take him, but yeah, the Patriots actually did send a rep down there. But I mean, they don't need him. But anyways, but yes, more than 24 NFL teams are now expected to be at the Colin Kaepernick workout. And that was as of 4 hours ago. So 24 teams, yeah, there's a high opportunity that he can go ahead and get signed. Do I think that he's good enough to come in and play? Bro, we saw a guy who was a championship duck caller step in for the Pittsburgh Steelers by the name of Devlin Hodges, and he went out there and he played. And he's a third-string quarterback, right? We've had so many quarterbacks this year that we didn't even know who the fuck their name. When we were covering preseason games, I used to roast Gardner Minshew because of his name, and then all of a sudden, I'm now the biggest Gardner Minshew truther that there's ever been. So listen.
By the way, somebody's going to pay Gardner Minshew a lot of money next year.
Oh, I know. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. Especially with so many guys probably getting ready to retire. Yes, the fuck they are.
We'll talk about that in a second.
But with that being said, with that being stated, let the man play ball.
I would be curious. I mean, Cincinnati's a team that I could see him signing with. I could see him signing with the Bengals. They could go after him.
Cincinnati, Miami looking to rebuild. Okay, hey, Cat, we're going to bring you in and we're going to rebuild around you for a couple of years. Well, I just want to make sure that this is, and I do have to say this because, look, I'm going to say this. Despite being the HNIC of the fucking Rumboyz, okay? For those of you who don't know what that means, I am sorry. I will DM you what that means later. With that being said and with that being stated, I have to go ahead and I have to go out on record. I want to make sure that this isn't the NFL pandering. and the NFL is just trying to make sure that with the make change initiative with Jay-Z and so on and so forth, out the hope for making this happen. But like I want to make sure that it's not pandering and it's not like, oh well, we held a tryout and nothing happened. Because I do want to remind everyone to not just pull the tape over everyone's eyes that the media is not invited to this tryout, and the film from the tryout will not be released. So therefore, there's a looming. There has to be a looming thought in the back of everyone's mind that this is just a way to be like, we told you guys, we told the fans, we told the urban community that he wasn't good enough to play. We don't want him in our league because he can't play by the rules of our sandbox. Get out. Now, if he does sign, the one caveat will be don't do your bullshit that you did in your past. I don't mean to call it bullshit because you have the right to protest because I fought for that right to protest. I didn't mean to say that, but I'm done now.
All right, Justin. Does he have a place in this league? Take it away.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mostly said my piece, but I think he does. I think he could definitely be a backup, and there's a few teams I think he could be a starter on. It's been a rough year for quarterbacks, especially this year. So I think, he has a shot. I haven't seen him play in a long time, so I wouldn't know if he's capable today to do that. And without seeing that tape, no one will.
That's a really good point. I didn't know that. Perry, what do you think about this one, bro?
Media to be there in case it's an epic fail. I think that's what they're worried
They don't want the media to be there. So Dan Orlovsky has gone on record to say that they do not want the media to be there in case it is really good, that they don't want the media. And he does not get a job. They do not want the media to be like, okay, well, he looks damn good. How is he still not hired?
I think they just don't want either way, like people making a bias. If he has an incomplete pass, they don't want the media showing that bad pass, even though if he did great every other time and being like, look, he sucked, or vice versa. If he were to make one good throw, they edit out all the bad stuff. They just don't want.
It's clearly a strategic move in the NFL's front office. Clearly,
it's an interesting part of the story, definitely. Perry, what do you think there's a place for Kaepernick in the league right now with the shortage of quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think all political stuff aside, there are 32 teams in the NFL, and he's better than at least 2 or 3 starting quarterbacks right now. Whether or not he's prepared to play like today, that's, I guess, kind of the argument. I think he could back up almost any team and eventually step in, whether it be this year or next year, I don't know. But I think he's better than, just to name 4 teams, Dolphins, Washington, Denver, Cincinnati. Any of those teams, I think that he could start. Chicago, sure. Yeah, I think he could start on any of those teams and be just fine. Now, from a fantasy,
was that, Robbie? That was a sneeze, bro. What the hell was that?
From a fantasy football perspective, would I tell people on our show to start him? No, I wouldn't. But man, NFL quarterback versus a fantasy quarterback, there's a difference there, and I think he's better than at least some of the starting quarterbacks right now.
Nick Howard, take it away.
Yeah.
Place in the league for Cap.
Yeah, I agree with Perry, Bobby, and Justin. I think he still does have a place in the league. I think he does have that talent. He could be top 3 backup with any team he goes with if he gets back in game shape and is ready. It's been reported that like I think Robbie or Ty, you said he's in the best shape of his life and he's still training. He's just out of football. It'll take a little while for him to get back in the swing of things, get back in like game speed and all that. But I got to look at it like the Miles Garrett thing or anything that I like, anything that I think of. It's all about perspective. It's all about the right frame. I think like looking at it objectively, he does have the talent to still be in the league, still play in the league, start for a couple teams. But it's the political, I probably feel like he played himself a little bit, but I could also see, his message got misconstrued really bad. Like Robbie and Bobby, I know you guys are are vets. So I got to know how you guys feel totally about him. And
Justin's active duty.
Justin's active duty. Oh, thank you for the service, man. I didn't know, but yeah, I'm sure you could have a take on this too. I don't know how you guys feel about his comments and his what he did, me and all that as a vet or as active duty.
I was just gonna say, beat the house says, why not Canadian football if it doesn't work out or whatever. But I'll let you finish your point, Nick. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. But I just think it got misconstrued. It was supposed to be directed at police. That there was some things going on with the police forces all around our country at that time. Even still, there's been community outreach. There's been things, but I think he stayed in shape. I think he still has the skill, and he's done some things that made me kind of go like, man, maybe his just point and his perspective just got misconstrued. Because I heard a story like a year ago that he was at some rally for something. I think some convention or some benefit or something like that, and there were protesters there, and somebody was trying to desecrate a flag and stomp on it and drop it on the ground, and they were going to eventually burn it, a brand new flag. You're not supposed to burn a brand new flag. You're only supposed to burn a flag that's deemed unflyable anymore.
Well, we can talk about all that stuff, but like as far as we can talk about all that stuff, but as far as like which teams do you think he'd be best on? Like which system? Like I was talking about Greg Roman. Would you think like that'd be a good idea them to get Greg Roman? I definitely we can do a whole segment on the all the other stuff, but all
the other stuff does tie into football. It ties into if any of these teams are willing to give him a shot, because he like Robbie said, he showed he can't kind of follow the rules, or he's gonna go rogue and do his own thing or speak his piece. If he gets a chance, I just hope that he doesn't. If he does get a shot again, I hope he just is professional and just tight-lipped and just plays. And after go be an advocate, go do things. But
what I'll say, I want to wrap it up. I want to wrap it up and move on to the next topic, because I mean Perry honestly said it. That hey, there's at least two teams he can go and start for. Breaking down which team he's best at, it really does. Like he could go and he could do it. He's still athletic and he's still in great shape. So what I was want to say though, to move on to the next thing, if AB could ski on a girl's back and then get signed by the Patriots, and had he not done anything, still would have probably still been playing and had just shut up and put his phone away, then I think that we can go ahead and we can give this man a chance for just actually trying to do the right thing and not scamming the people that he was working with, and then also sexually assaulting them and farting in doctors' faces and then posting it on social media. Like, to me, all that is far more worth than that.
Yeah.
At least through all of this, Cap's been professional. Like, at least through it all, he's
not AB. I like what Brandon Rogers said in the chat. He said Norv Turner or Bruce Arians would probably fit Cap. I like it. All right, let's move on to the next one.
Isn't Bruce Arians like a QB guy too?
Yeah, he's he does running too. He does a lot of different things. But let's go with Nick Howard for this next one. Oh wait, did we? Yeah, I think we left off with Nick. Yeah, we left off with Nick one. So if you're in Jacksonville, Nick. Going forward, do you try to trade for Nick Foles, start Minshew, trade Minshew, or keep them both? Or do you not know yet? It's kind of hard to tell at this point.
I'm kind of in the don't know yet. Keep them both, and maybe have them go through an actual QB battle next year. Like, let Foles get right. Let him be, a veteran leader and help. He already said. I think I saw an article today. I just skimmed through it that Foles has been impressed with Gardner and he really likes him. He's taken a liking to him. That's hard to find. You don't want a situation like I think it was Ben Roethlisberger said about Rudolph or Joe Flacco with Flock, that like I don't know, like that's not his guy. Like he's got his own job to worry about. Like to already have that like instilled and have like a little rapport and a little relationship with your two of your guys, a vet and a guy that has created a spark for your team when there's been none there for you this year. I would keep both and have an actual battle. The best man wins.
So yeah, I mean that's interesting. Perry, what do you think about the Foles, the Jacksonville's QB situation in general?
I didn't like that Nick Foles signing to begin with, to be completely honest with you. I think he's overpaid at $88 million for 4 years. Obviously,
Super overpaid.
Yeah, I know he went out and won that Super Bowl. That's great, but he's also had terrible seasons. He's gone places and completely failed more than once. Gardner Minshew's young. He's cheap. And he could be the future of your franchise. I think you just got to play towards that, save that $88 million, and go spend it on talent to put around your young, talented quarterback.
I like that. I like the idea of building around Minshew. Give Chicago Foles. All right, Justin. Nick Foles or Minshew?
I'm right on board with Perry. I'm going with Beowulf. You gotta build around him. I would get rid of Foles, and with that money, I'd try and build that offensive line because they got the 9th worst offensive line in the NFL. So give the young quarterback some time. I would build that team and see what you could get for Foles. Trade him away.
Yeah,
it's a cheaper option too.
Yeah, you don't win with an expensive quarterback.
Damn you, JD. Damn you. I'm gonna just start with that. All right. Well,
oh damn! Did I ruin it for you?
For me with this one, honestly, like yes, the smart option, the money option, the with asses in seats option, the better team chemistry option is going with Gardner Minshew. We've seen the dude put asses in seats. He sold more mustaches than Danny Dimes career if he patents this shit. He literally did that. It is over. Like
patent the mustache.
The dude is the truth. But Foles, if you guys remember, I agree with both you two, all three of you that have started. Foles was not worth $88 million. Like, absolutely not. I already was one of the people that was advocate at the front of hating the fact that you did that. But if you remember, the Jags thought they were a quarterback away. They thought they were a quarterback away. They went, and they are. I agree that defense has been okay. Leonard Fournette has been healthy, which is a whole different ballgame. Receivers are showing up. So if Foles comes back and is the quarterback they thought he would be, this could be a playoff team in the next couple of years. Minshew, while my dude is like hanging out on cloud 9 and the world wants Gardner Minshew, try and ship him out. I mean, yes, I can see both ways. Again, Foles, you're saving a shit ton of money. You bring in Gardner. Yes, you let the young man do what he's got to do. But if you let Foles take over and Minshew is now traded for something high valued, because at the moment, nobody can look at Minshew and be like, damn, this guy wasn't very good. Like, teams have to be looking at him for something valuable. It's easier to get rid of a guy and get a bunch of draft picks or something like that who doesn't have a hefty contract and a team having to give up a big player to get Foles. I can see both ways. Again, it's hard to really determine which way you would go because I like the young guy. I like putting asses in seats. I'd rather see the mustache around. I'd rather see Jacksonville on their feet and enjoying themselves. But we haven't even officially seen whether Foles can do well in Jacksonville or not. The dude got a couple quarters, and from what Jacksonville thought they saw in him, I'd like to see him at least get a chance to do it. So if it means, like Nick Howard said, in holding them both and letting them have a battle, maybe that battle's only a couple weeks, but you got to do something with one of those guys while Minshew is up here and while Foles is also still Nick Foles. So
maybe the battle starts right now.
Yeah.
Bring it. Like,
Brandon Rogers says trade Minshew, start Foles, and Zach Brown says start Minshew, trade Foles. I think this is a good question.
It's a great question because, again, you can go both ways. Like, does Jacksonville take all the money, put it into 3 or 4 other positions, and then figure out how to pay Minshew later? Because knowing the celebrity status that dude's got, he's looking for 90+ at this point. Like, that's if I was Minshew. So you're kind of prolonging it.
You can't keep them both and pay them both. There's no way.
No way.
They've got time though before they have to pay Minshew. He's only 23 and Nick Foles is 30. So, I mean, you're gaining 7 years right there. It makes good sense to me. And Justin brings up a good point. Just stack that offensive line with money, man. You've got 2 good young wide receivers playing well. You've got Leonard Fournette there. Like, literally protect the quarterback. It doesn't really matter how good he is. We saw Joe Flacco win a Super Bowl based on defense and offensive line. So anything's possible.
Peyton Manning.
Eli Manning has 2 of them.
Peyton Manning, man. Like, our latest Super Bowl
Peyton Manning.
had nothing to do with Peyton
Super
Manning.
Bowl because of the Minshew has chemistry with the receivers. Minshew has gained chemistry with these receivers that really we don't know if Nick Foles could ever even do. So
I agree with Perry, and I agree with the clock management crew there that if you are going to trade Minshew, his value could not be any higher than it is right now. It's super high. It is super high right now. So if you are going to trade him, you're probably going to have to do it this year, this offseason, because you would get a ton. And like the guys from the clock management crew said, it's you can flip that into a couple of high quality picks and surround Minshew.
You got to trade Foles. You got to trade Foles if you want to surround you. If you trade Minshew, you're getting nothing but like no money.
If you're gonna trade Minshew, this is the time to do it. You can't wait. You can't wait because his value is just gonna go down.
Beat the House Sports agrees with Justin there. He says you go with the stash, wipe the money off the books, and get the O-line. I like it.
I apologize that I walked away, guys. I had to go feed my kid.
Oh, your take.
It is your take.
I'm happy that you saw that out for me. You're amazing.
But I'm on board with clock management, guys.
I don't think you're on board with.
What I want to say is that, keep Gardner Minshew. We already saw how this whole backup quarterback situation happened, with Carson Wentz once upon a time in the NFL.
True.
Now, at that same time, you also have trade bait with Gardner Minshew. Okay, so I am going to come at this with a double-edged sword. You can't keep him in the to secure yourself what Philadelphia was unable to do. But then, are y'all next to each other? Did they just fucking cheers like that?
That's pretty epic, actually.
Fuck? Hey, we can do that too. Hold on. We got rum.
It's pretty epic.
That was cooler because they're on separate panels.
That's cool.
Awesome. But no. With that being said,
Nick Howard.
Nick Howard.
Yes, that's
Nick Howard.
I don't know which side.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
Anyways, what I have to say though, I mean, he can also go and he can play for a couple of other teams. It's proven that this kid can go and win. Just let the kid go and win, no matter what team he's on.
Somebody's going to
pay.
Bears. Someone will pay Gardner Minshew if he leaves $18 million a year.
Yeah. No, it'll happen. It'll be Cincinnati too.
You watch. Whoever signs him will pay him $18 to $20 million a year.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, let's go.
Next one. All right. I got a question about your Redskins, Robbie. We'll start with Bobby so you can think about it. Under Coach Callahan, Adrian Peterson has averaged 5.1 rushing yards a carry, which is a huge improvement, almost doubling his first 5 weeks under Coach Gruden. He also has 9 more yards a carry or carries a game rather during that time. Do you like the new Redskins approach?
I do. Run the football to take pressure off your rookie quarterback. There's nothing more that a rookie quarterback likes than a good running back to take pressure off of him. Run AP. He's proven he can still do it. I totally agree with the approach. Run AP until he proves to you that he can't do it anymore. Listen, running the two biggest things that alleviate pressure from rookie quarterbacks are a good running game and a tight end. And right now they don't have a tight end, so they got to use the running game to help them. So use it. AP's proven he can still run the football like a beast.
It's pretty remarkable. Him and Frank Gore just defying time. His running back it's pretty crazy.
So I say, hell yeah, run him.
So what I want to state is that I love the new direction that we are heading in. For this week right now, AP is banged up. Okay, so we got to hold off right now. For now. Now, what that means for the future, heading forward in the next couple of weeks, let's use this to start building on something for next year. That's usually what we do when we have a down year, or we're an every other year team. We'll do good, then we suck. Do good, then we suck. It's literally like, oh no, we suck again.
Oh, we suck again.
Oh, I know that feeling.
It is what it is. Darius, guys,
how you doing, Darius, man?
Some touches this week. With AP being banged up, AP is right now still listed as questionable for you guys in fantasy land. To put a little spin on that, I know a lot of you guys are going to be leaning on that with running backs being out because of buys. The buy apocalypse is we're on a 3-week buy apocalypse right now, guys. It sucks. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, I love the new direction. Let's keep developing Dwayne.
For me with this, I think this just proves how dumb Gruden was. Like,
he's a fucking idiot.
I could not. Okay, whether this is AP, this is Dice, like, I don't care who. This backfield is loaded with talent. We've been talking about it for forever. This backfield has been loaded with talent the last 2 years. I don't care who's running the ball. Run the damn ball. What is the Bears' problem? We have Montgomery. We won't run the ball. You guys have a rookie quarterback. You are developing receivers. You should have been running the ball. Give it to your veteran. Give it to your best player. Let your best player prove what he's got. AP is the best player at the moment offensively. Like, this, again, just proves to me how Gruden just did not see what was real. You know what I mean? Like, they should have, if they've been running the ball the whole year, Gruden might have a job, but my man's not really the smartest guy apparently at the moment. So
Never was.
I mean, I'll agree. But
Gruden is the person that when you're in a group project that like just sits back and they kind of like they don't do much, but they take all the credit anyways. So they're the shining star.
Yeah, again, my only thing is this running back is stacked, whether it's AP or any of these other guys that we've been talking about, Love, Geis, whatever it is. I don't care about injuries. This backfield is stacked. This is smart to run the ball. And like Bobby said, this only helps Haskins to gain confidence, to have more time in the pocket, etc. So good move by the Redskins. It's about damn time.
Before we go to clock management, so fantasy questions are flying in the chat. What we'll do is we'll have someone log. If one of you guys could on the panel log those. You're on it, JD? You're doing it? Thank you.
I think JD's on it.
And then we'll get to them all at the end. So that way you guys have a variety of different, perspectives to choose from.
Hey, I got to do the Celtics game at 10:30, so I got about 5 minutes left. And then
no worries. That's fine.
Smack some fries, bro.
I've been crushing this pizza all night, so we're good.
Oh, fuck. I just heard him click that.
Justin, get it.
So, I mean, before I get into the whether this is good for them, Gruden is, in fact, the smartest man in his family. So he's got that going for him.
Jay Gruden.
Yeah, Jay Gruden, obviously.
Sorry about
that. Jason.
That's the wrong button.
Jay Gruden. Yeah, so what I think I agree with you. Like, you got to run the ball. You got a young quarterback there that's just going to give him a more time to make decisions and more time to develop as a quarterback playing in the NFL. It benefits him in every way. So you got to do that. Yeah, you got to run it. But maybe they shouldn't. Maybe at this point they should just go for that number 1 draft pick. Because I mean, you're not making it to the playoffs, so maybe just continue the tank.
Yeah, I'm in agreement, man. Their draft in 2020 isn't looking all that strong, especially when you compare it to somebody like the Dolphins, who you could argue are also or maybe the worst team, or they were until they had these 2 wins, right? The Dolphins have, they have 3 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and a possible 2 picks in the 3rd round, whereas the Redskins have a first round, no second round pick, and then a pick in the 3rd. So I don't know. I think if you want to win this year, yeah, run the ball, but I don't know if you want to win this year, man. You want to, and I don't even know if Dwayne Haskins is all that good, to be honest with you.
He's starting the rest of the year.
Very, really quick. You got to remember too, though, the Redskins mentality, the Redskins culture. They don't like to go. They don't like to just easily go down. They're not a lay down. They've never been a lay down type of organization.
You goddamn better learn for the top 5 pick.
Dude, I hear you, dude. I'm a Denver fan, and I wish we'd stop winning a game every 4 games, right? I just want us to lose, but yeah.
I greatly appreciate your take, brother. I mean, like you mentioned, you understand the feeling, but I'm sorry, brother. Despite how intelligent your take is, it's just not the way the universe works in Washington.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's what they should do, though. That's what I'm talking about. What they should do, not what they're going to do.
I guess to answer the question clearly, if they want to continue to win this year, yeah, they need to keep running the ball. It doesn't really matter. Like, yeah, if it's AP, that's great. I agree, but they need to run the ball no matter who's in the backfield. They need to take the pressure off Dwayne Haskins.
For the development of Haskins, throw the ball 40 times a game.
It's the only way to do it.
You're going to learn today. That's it. Nick Howard.
Yeah, I'm with most of you guys. I would still just run Peterson out there. Just run him until the wheels fall off, man. He is going against age right now and doing some spectacular things, and I'm not ready to give up on Haskins yet. I'm a Buckeye fan, but I look at everything rationally, and I had some knocks on him coming in.
Wait. No. You're a Buckeye fan, so that's not rational. So you're good.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, but no, like
I look. Hey, you're still my boy.
I knew he had issues with footwork coming in, and I've seen some of those translate into the pros, and he looked scared to run in college. Like he would have 12 yards of space, and he'd have a good angle on somebody, and he just wouldn't run. He would creep all the way up to the line. He'd be trying to throw, and he could have got like a 7-8 yard, 15-yard scamper, and he'd get like a 2-3 yard, or he'd just throw it out. And I think he's gotten a little better with that, like picking and choosing when to run. His pressure sense has gotten a little better, but you kind of really only have a weapon in McLaurin, and that's about it. I would just be running the ball. And with the Redskins themselves, it's not the offense. It's not Gruden getting fired. It kind of is that a little bit, but the one thing that's kind of like surprised me, and that like I'm really looking at like where they're at right now, the reason behind it is that defense. I thought that defense would really be something, and it's not what it's cracked up to be, or what it was cracked up to be.
I had them as a relevant defense this season, and it hasn't played out.
Yep.
All right, moving on from football. Unless you want Super Bowl predictions, yay or nay on Super Bowl predictions, or we want to wait a few weeks?
No, let's wait.
No.
Wait a few weeks. All right, that's what I thought.
Problems.
All right, let's wait a few weeks on that.
Yo, J-Love, stop answering our fantasy questions, bro. We're trying to answer those in like 10 minutes.
Just taking them all. He's like, I got this. All right.
No, you're like,
I am too.
but damn.
Oh, I mean, we'll get to him. But in the NBA, my guy Carmelo Anthony signed in Portland. This after a 4-8 pitiful start for Portland. Can Melo come in and make the difference? And what's wrong in Portland there, Nick Howard?
I think it's early in the season. Like you can't really judge them just yet. There's a lot of season left, and I think Melo still can play. It's just kind of you don't know what Melo you're gonna get. You don't know if he's gonna be cool with coming off the bench. You don't know if he's gonna be cool with being a role player or just like a bench contributor. But I forget the actual statistic, but I heard it on Undisputed for the past couple of days, that he's in with like the highest scorers, late in the, past their 12th season. In the NBA, like with LeBron, with Wilt, with Kareem, I think, and then one other. So I give a lot of credence to his game. Like some of the best to play, like Kobe, like LeBron, like D Wade, like they really like his game. They see him as a mismatch. He may not have the shot anymore and be dependable to give you 20, night in, night out, to be in your starting lineup, to be dedicated a big chunk of minutes, but he can still get you some buckets just with strength and post moves and just the skill that he still has. I think it's good for them. He might be able to stretch the floor a little bit. He'll probably play the wing, probably majority play at the 4 though, but he's a good option to have off the bench. I know they got a lot of bigs there, but it's just a good guy to have come in and get some easy buckets.
I agree with you. That's a guy who works out every day, posts it on Instagram every day. Perry, are you following this Carmelo Anthony situation, and do you think he can help the Blazers?
I do follow it, actually. I guess he could probably help the Blazers, but I almost want to make the joke that the Blazers are just the next Carmelo victim. To be completely honest with you, I mean, I'm a Denver fan, right? So I grew up watching Carmelo Anthony in Denver. I loved him, but his game is it's all around ISO, and you're not ISO. Everybody's got an ISO guy on their team. Do you really want that guy to be Carmelo Anthony on your team, or do you want that guy to be Damian Lillard? And I want it to be Damian Lillard. So I don't know if he helps him or hurts him. It's just I wouldn't have signed him had I been the Blazers GM.
Yeah.
Justin, what do you think about that situation?
I was not ready for Perry to come with basketball takes.
Sorry.
Now that you guys are part of the team and part of the company, I'm afraid to face you in fantasy basketball next year.
No, so Perry's our resident basketball expert in comparison to me.
Expert.
I couldn't give you a good take on this, but I am grabbing all the fantasy questions from Twitter and posting them into the chat on here for you.
Thank you.
Nice. You have to do a rapid fire. 2-second answers.
What's up, Melo?
So Melo, can he help the Blazers? Dude. I mean, as long as we get hoodie Melo, can I get Melo? Can I get Melo with a hoodie on? I need that Melo, bro. But I mean, if we don't get Olympic hoodie Melo, then we're not getting good Melo. I think age has possibly gotten to him. Do I want to see him do damn good? Oh, please, with everything in you, do good. Please do good. And that's what will make me happy.
I'm not sure where I stand. I said the same thing with Kaepernick earlier. He hasn't played in years. I don't believe in him being able to just jump back into it. I don't believe Melo is able to just jump back into it. And honestly, I think the Trailblazers are not the right place for him to go. I think the Trailblazers, when I think of the Trailblazers, I think of Damian Lillard, ISO. Ball out, let me bust some ankles, let me shoot this 3 from 70 feet behind the fucking three-point line because I'm Damian Lillard, I don't really care. Or give it to McCollum, and McCollum ISOs. Bust your ankles, shoots a step back too. You're going to have 3 dudes that run on an ISO. I think that Melo will maybe downgrade himself a little bit and will play as a team player because I think he's just going to embrace the opportunity to play the game of basketball again, which I appreciate and I'm looking forward to seeing. But honestly, I don't like the idea of these 3 guys being strictly ISO dudes. It's what scares me about Brooklyn. When KD and Kyrie are going to play together, these are ISO dudes. Yeah, it works out well because you're both separate spots, added. Honestly, those 2 can work out well, but Dame's not looking to make passes like that. Melo is definitely not looking to make passes like that. McCollum is not known for his passes. This is going to be 3 ISO dudes, and I just don't know if I like it. Can it work? Yes, absolutely. I mean, shit, you can walk down the floor and be like, yo, ISO every time, and each one of them can switch up who has the ball at what time, and they can all put up 20 points a game and score. But I think it's going to be sloppy basketball. And as much as everyone here has watched the Warriors the last couple of years and appreciated their ball passing, their finesse, how much everybody touches the ball, all 5 of them touch the ball at certain times, and they still score and put up buckets. And it's beautiful to watch. It's like an Italian when he just watches a pizza come out. It's a beautiful pizza. Like, that is not what I think Melo brings to these guys. I hope all hell that Melo does well and he at least gets his spot back in the NBA because I love Melo, but I don't like him on a Blazers team that is mainly ISO right now.
That was the Chicago in you coming out.
Let's
All right,
remember,
Jordan Love.
Let's remember that Carmelo has to play defense too. So,
which is scary. Do you trust that?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Jordan Love, give me your take before I blow you guys away.
Fuck yeah, JD.
Okay. I just did a quick little research. The Blazers are 15th in offensive efficiency and 19th in defensive efficiency, both being middle of the pack and resulting in them being 4 and 8, 13th in the West. Adding Melo is going to give them scoring on the wing, which is something they very much lack. Outside of Rodney Hood, you have Mario Hezonja on that bench and Nasir Little. Nasir Little is a good defensive player. Other than that, you're not getting anything. Last night, Hezonja started at the 4. Melo can play a small ball 4, which is something that's going to provide them while Nurkic is out. It could work, of course, but like you said, Ty, I completely agree. The 3 ISO is not going to work at all. They're going to need Melo to find a designated role on that wing and just play his position.
I agree with you guys and disagree with you. I agree with the last thing that Ty said about just how it could work. But what I'm going to say is that there is no better place for Melo than Portland, because Damian Lillard will provide the spacing. Like, literally everywhere else Melo goes, he's a detriment. But what they don't have is what you just talked about, Jordan Love, is where they don't have that guy off the bench who can ISO the ball. So when Damian Lillard is going ham for 38 minutes, what about that extra 5 minutes where you just need someone to grab the ball? And, yeah, you could say McCollum, but McCollum works well with Lillard. So you just need a guy to kind of, like, come in and shuffle it up a bit at the end of the bench, probably less than 10 minutes a game.
Anthony Simons has been doing that for them.
Well, you have 2 guys. Like, yeah, you need more than one guy to do that, basically. You need a little bit of depth is my point. And, yeah, I have seen him a little bit. Let me stick with you on this next take. But the reason I say it's going to blow you away is because I was the one saying last year how he'd be horrible on the Lakers. He'd be horrible and he would. He would take away from them. He's not going to take away from Lillard. Lillard's not going to let him take away from him.
Damian Lillard's the MVP right now. Like, if
they can get the wins up, then yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, no. If the Blazers are, like I said earlier, if the Blazers are a top 4 seed in the West, Damian Lillard is going to be the MVP.
They have injuries and they don't have that much depth. But I'm going to stick with you on this next tape. Jordan Love. I just lost it, but here it is. Never mind. So the Melo signing brings up the fact, I was looking into this, brings up the fact that Jamal Crawford, J.R. Smith, and Kenneth Free are all still unsigned. Do you see any of these guys finding a home in this league?
J.R. Smith possibly, if people just need some scoring. I think Jamal Crawford, sadly, career's done. I love Jamal Crawford, one of my favorite players of all time. I hate to do it. Jamal Crawford has shown throughout his career that he's a great scorer. But last year when he was on the Suns, he was not well at all. He had that 50-point game, but other than that, his season was very bad. Kenneth Fareed could be a guy that could get the job, but his play style just doesn't fit. You saw in the Rockets last year that he's a 6'9" center. And at times in the NBA, when you have 7'1", 7'2" centers where his role is designated to be a rim runner and a rebounder, that doesn't necessarily fit. So there's just complications with Kenneth Fareed there. Other than that, the other 2 could possibly get a job. It just depends on what team's going to take a flyer.
I like it. All right, Rumboyz OG, what is your take on the rest of the free agents? Or who do you think would be a good fit anywhere, really?
Boy, you smoking more gas than me. My gosh, bro. Like, come on. Listen, of course you're with him. You and him on basketball, y'all.
No, it's fucking annoying. Honestly, it's annoying.
Oh, I feel like Jr. Fareed, anyone, either one of these guys, Crawford, they can come out and they could go and they could get a job. For depth, they're not coming in. They're not going into starting roles, but they could probably come off the bench, facilitate a couple of minutes for a while. Now, what I will agree with, and somewhat agree with what J Love is, they're at their tail end. They're at the ass end of their careers. So,
what's wrong with Crawford and Fareed?
And done.
What's wrong with Crawford and Fareed? I don't get that.
Crawford's 38 or 39.
All right. Yeah, I got you, Jay. I got you. Look, Jamal Crawford is forgive me, Jamal, if you ever see this, a bag of dust that is breaking ankles on an NBA court. My man is a dinosaur.
Don't do him like that.
My man is a velociraptor on the court, busted ankles, old as hell. But he has the nicest handles in the NBA. Will he get a job? I agree. A factor, but could the dude come in and still be a fucking sixth man of the year for some teams? Yeah, the dude is an offensive threat. It's a problem. Kenneth Fareed-wise, I'm totally with J Love on this. The dude has lost his offensive gift. If you ever even think he had, some people think he did. He's a rebounder, but he is a small rebounder. If he comes in, he is going to play 6 to 8 minutes and be in there to get 7 to 10 rebounds, and that is all you will do. So I don't see him getting signed. J.R. Smith, somebody's going to sign his high ass. Somebody's going to sign him. I don't care where he goes. Somebody's going to sign him and be like, JR, stand in the corner, shoot shots. We'll tell you if we're losing each and every bucket. Don't worry. You don't have to worry about that. So I think these guys get signed. I think if Melo got the chance to get signed, most of them get a job. Yes. Jamal, you deserve a job, dude. You deserve a job. Get that dude somewhere he needs to go. Kenneth Fareed, I agree that he has no offense, and just rebounding at under 6'11" is impossible in the NBA in this day and age with people that are 7'6" at this point that are running around. So do I think most of them get a job? Yeah. Kenneth Fareed, probably not. So it is what it is.
Hey, if I may, the Warriors will gladly take any of these guys.
Won't take any of them or will?
Will. They will.
If the Lakers take J.R. Smith, their season's over.
I said the Warriors.
Oh, the Warriors.
I said the Warriors. The Warriors would take all three of these dudes.
The Warriors should sign whoever the hell will sign a contract.
Yeah.
Perry, you got to take on these free agents at all?
Yeah, I kind of agree that Jamal Crawford probably doesn't get a job. I mean, he may, but Jamal Crawford's the kind of guy that you're going to run an offense through when he's on the court, and I just don't see why you would do that. It just doesn't make sense to me. Somebody like Kenneth Fareed, right? Like, yeah, he's small, but he's a specialist. If you need depth at center, especially a team that's making a playoff run, he'll give you 10 good minutes, and that'll spell your starting center. And then J.R. Smith, I mean, he's going to sign with somebody, and it's going to be a team that needs three-point shooting, and it's going to be a team that's a contender. They'll grab him, they'll throw him in for 12 minutes a game, and he'll make three threes, and they'll be happy about it.
Yeah.
Right on. Nick Howard, you want to finish up the basketball takes for us?
Yeah, I got you. Justin just came back. I don't know if you guys want to go to him too.
Justin's like no basketball. Don't worry about it.
Been long questions for us.
I'm with J Love, man. I like Crawford, but yeah, he's been done. I think he's been done for a year, maybe two. But I love the dude. Back in the day, he was one of my favorite players. He was electric. I have the same opinion of Kenneth Fareed. I think that his athleticism has slipped. He's lost part of his offensive game, and being an undersized center does not lend itself to all the other athletic, rangy, faster guys that are in the NBA right now. I think Jamal Crawford and Fareed are going to be playing in Ice Cube's Big Three by next year.
Dude,
I like it.
Big three shout out. Nice.
And
I like it.
And as far as JR, I like JR, man. It is what it is. I know you get JR high off the Henny, high off the fucking Tree Smith. But But I love the dude. I wish that we would have kept him. I wish we would have played him last year here in Cleveland. I wish we would have kept him. Because he can get hot out of nowhere, and his shooting does help space the floor, does help. I think that he would tremendously help the Lakers if they got him, but I don't think LeBron is willing to even take that chance ever again.
I wouldn't either.
But it is what it is. That's what you get with JR. You get confidence, kind of cockiness, him high off his ass, and he just chucks up shots, dude. And he makes the ones that you don't think he's gonna make. Like, I loved him when he was here, man. We called him Jump Shot Jesus. He pretty much brought us the championship. He had one of the biggest games of his career, and he bailed LeBron and Kyrie.
He was pretty damn good.
I think that player, that finals play where he just lost in the game right there, if that didn't happen, he'd have a job right now.
Oh yeah, guaranteed. But all right, you get with him. He's not always the most aware guy, but he'll hit a shot.
To continue Nick's hot take with the big three, Jamal Crawford will be MVP of the big three in the next 3 years.
Oh yeah, no. If he plays in the big three, yeah.
Hey, 50 points a game.
I agree.
As long as we talk about the big three, as long as we talk about the big three, I got our local big three podcast, Rumboyz Central.
I do cover the big three.
You cover the big three. You cover the big three. You cover the NBA.
Don't tell me Jamal won't. Jamal will lead. He will shoot 10 4-pointers a game.
Next topic.
Speaking of the NFL, let's get into the final. We're gonna try this new section of our show. We've done it a little bit, but we haven't really done rapid fire questions for fantasy football. You guys gave us a ton of awesome questions in the chat, so we're gonna get to some of those questions right now. First question. So you guys have like 5 to 10 seconds to answer the question. Nick Howard, is LaShawn McCoy sitting? Is the question? I assume that was the question. You know what? Answer this one. Cowboys D or 49ers D? While I get clarification on that.
Cowboys D or 49ers D?
Tell me who they play.
Yeah, I would go 49ers.
The Cowboys play the Lions. The 49ers play the Cardinals.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going 49ers. Just because it's the 49ers in comparison to the Cowboys D.
That's it.
Okay.
Boom. All right, Perry.
Howard, but like
49ers D, hands down.
Boom,
What?
Justin.
All right.
Niners. He says Niners.
It's on.
OG.
Bro, I'm going Cowboys. The Lions don't have Matt Stafford. Let's see good fucking luck.
He says Cowboys. Robbie.
Unfortunately, I'll have to roll with the Cowboys. I have to go with Tyler State. But at the end of the day, either one of these defenses are good for you.
J-Love.
Cowboys. Matt Stafford's not playing.
All right. Hunter Henry or Singletary for PPR league?
I'm assuming this is flex.
Full PPR, yeah, this is a flex.
Hunter Henry.
Brian Hill, Mack, or Singletary?
No.
Sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll talk about something else.
Hunter Henry, dude's been on a tear since coming back from injury. He's not stopping anytime soon. Hunter Henry.
I'm gonna go Devin Singletary. They are playing against Miami.
That's always a good one to take. Justin.
Yeah, I'm going Singletary as well.
Perry, my guy.
I'm going to take Singletary just for the floor. Higher floor.
Nick Howard.
I'm going Singletary. I with how tight ends have been playing this year, it's a bad year for him. I'm going running backs.
All right, the next question, I'll stick with you. Brian Hill, Marlon Mack, or Singletary? Full PPR. I assume this is flex.
Nick?
Yeah, this is a flex. Yeah, Nick.
Oh, I'm going Singletary and Mack.
Singletary and Mack. Okay. Perry, pick two. Brian Hill, Mack, Singletary.
I'm going to go Singletary and Hill. Yeah.
I'm staying right on board with the management team here. Singletary and Hill.
Consensus.
Go ahead, switch it up. I know you're gonna try to.
I'm gonna say hell no. I'm not trusting Brian Hill. Brian Hill is near Devontae Freeman. So with that being said,
Neither is Devontae Freeman.
Neither
this
is
year.
Devontae Freeman, dude.
The Falcons also play
You
the
guys
Panthers.
can comment before I said mine. Devontae Freeman's been trash. Hill's put up touchdowns the last 2 weeks. I'm going Hill, and I'm going
That
Singletary.
was a rapid fire.
Yeah,
That was super rapid fire.
yeah. Mac and Singletary, no doubt.
Super rapid fire.
Like a Singletary.
Oh, also, I believe the LaShawn McCoy question on whether or not he was playing. LaShawn McCoy expects to play this weekend.
Okay.
Nobody gives a fuck.
Wait, where's the? Let me find the other rapid fire. We got more rapid fire.
Connor Burke says Mixon, Mac, or Singletary.
Oh, there you go.
Mixon and Mac.
I hate Joe Mixon, so anybody but Joe Mixon.
This show has always hated Joe Mixon.
Found him.
I hate Joe. Y'all know Mike Davis? He just got dropped by the Bears. Mike Davis over Mixon.
Yeah, a guy who got 30 touches last week, or more than that, like 33 touches, I think it was.
I don't care.
Neither of us like Joe Mixon, bro. We're not getting it out of us, Jordan Love. Stop it.
You know I like Mixon, so.
I know.
Shut up, Kenyon Drake.
All right, Justin.
I'm kidding you, body.
I'm going Mac and Singletary.
Mac and Singletary. Perry, Mac, Singletary, Mixon.
I'm gonna go Singletary Mixon, with the caveat that Joe Mixon is a terrible human being.
My man.
I think that's the best answer. All right, Nick Howard.
I'm going Mac and Singletary. Mixon ain't doing nothing against my Raiders.
All right, I'm sticking with you. Nick Howard. Hunter Henry or Zach Ertz?
Oh.
Good question.
Let me grab the schedule.
Chiefs play the Chargers, and the Eagles play the Patriots.
Thank you.
I'm still going Ertz. He's the one tight end that's still been consistent, or like one of three that's still been getting his numbers.
Ertz has been consistent. All right, Perry. Ertz or Henry?
Hunter Henry, because the Patriots are going to eliminate Zach Ertz.
Ooh.
Yeah.
All right. Justin. Hunter
Yeah.
Henry, Zach Ertz.
I'm also going with Hunter Henry on this
Hunter
one.
Henry. Cheers to that one. All right. Rumboyz OG.
Yeah, bro. Honestly, like the Patriots are good at one thing and one thing only. That's eliminating your best player on the field. That is Zach Ertz. It will be Hunter Henry this week. Robbie also agrees Hunter Henry on the way out.
The Chiefs suck at covering tight ends. I'm going Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry.
Bang. Hunter Henry everywhere except for didn't you say Zach Ertz? Robbie J, do you agree with Nick, or do you think Hunter Henry versus Zach Ertz this week? What do you think?
Oh, we know that I'm going Hunter Henry.
Okay, so Hunter Henry's everywhere.
Real quick,
Breaking
I have to shout out Robbie. He called 2 of the tight ends this year that are top 5 in Hunter Henry and Mark Andrews. Good looks.
worries.
That Mom Lauren, baby.
He calls us sometimes. He
One
calls.
more.
Makes those calls. All right, Watson or Mahomes, Jordan Love? Rapid fire.
The Chargers defense hasn't been good, but who did the Texans play? Definitely Patrick Mahomes. Definitely Patrick Mahomes.
Rumboyz OG.
Who did the Chiefs play?
Chargers.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I got to say Mahomes because that's the smart thing to say. But honestly, I think Watson has a good game because I think the Ravens and the Texans are going to be very back and forth. I think it gives him a lot of opportunity to do well.
But I wish you had not broken that damn down so good and well. Because if you guys did catch my play-by-play, or not my play-by-play, my breakdown of what it takes to be a good receiver and what good receivers do in the NFL, I actually went through the routes, ran them myself, showed you guys all the techniques. I do this shit on a weekly. But also, I showed you guys a clip of Tyreek Hill adjusted to the high point of the ball with Marlon Humphreys having to cover him. Marlon Humphreys ain't covering the cheetah.
Too fast.
Marlon Humphreys ain't covering fucking or Demarcus Robinson. Like Mecole. If Mecole's out there, oh my God, Mecole Hardman's gonna smoke. And Mecole Hardman's the second best person on the whole team.
Didn't you interview him?
Yes,
There it is. All right, Justin.
Yeah, Mahomes.
Oh, sorry, bro. Mahomes. Justin, Watson or Mahomes this week?
I got to go Mahomes.
Mahomes. What were you saying?
Mahomes, and stop drafting 2 quarterbacks so you don't have to ask stupid questions like that.
Agreed.
For real.
I totally agree with that. I don't draft 2 quarterbacks. Nick Howard, Mahomes, or Watson?
I'm going with my homeboy Pat.
What are they drafting like the 5th and the 6th round? Like, what are you doing?
No, that'd be like
quarterback.
second and 5th. Yeah, second and 5th.
How'd you get those guys?
Did this whole panel go Mahomes right now?
I'm pretty sure.
I'll go Watson officially if it means that somebody's got to be.
Okay, the Chargers secondary's been awful.
Yeah.
I know, man. I know.
Watson will have a a game. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
We're talking about quarterback 1 and quarterback 2 this week.
Watson has to have a good game.
We got 4 more rapid fire questions. Nick Howard, Alvin Kamara, or Christian McCaffrey. How do you have to?
No way.
You know what? I'm skipping that
Who
one.
has these dudes?
You don't have both of them. There's
Jordan
no
Cup.
way you have them.
No
And
way.
if you have, if you
play
do
both.
manage to somehow have both of
I don't
them,
even know how that's possible. So
Who
never
you
mind
are-
that.
Yeah, can you only start one running back in that league?
I don't
right?
even know why I wrote that one down. I just had it on there. It's foolish. Shark or Cup? Nick Howard?
It could be a daily
You're
fantasy.
not able to have both, so that's a BS
Ooh.
question. Next question.
That's actually a good point. Hold on. We might have to answer that because Justin just brought up the point that it could be a daily fantasy league.
oh,
Oh,
well, then CMC.
You got to talk about it.
yeah.
Nick Howard,
I'm
Kamara
going
or
with
McCaffrey?
CMC.
Yeah, if it's DFS, you're buying McCaffrey.
Yeah, I'm going CMC.
Yeah, McCaffrey.
CMC for sure.
McCaffrey.
They're playing the
Everybody
Falcons.
says McCaffrey. All right. Moving on.
Playing the Falcons, bro.
They're playing the Falcons.
Yeah.
Jordan
Gonna have
Love, Pats
700
D or
yards
the
rushing.
Niners D?
I'm gonna go with the Pats D. They're gonna take away Zach Ertz, and that offense is gonna be non-existent. Yeah, I'm going with the Pats. Patrick Mahomes has been turnover prone at times. Not Ertz. Oh my God.
Rumboyz OG, Pats D or Niners D?
We totally missed everything you said. Are you asking us?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay, go ahead.
Patriots D or Niners D?
Sorry.
Holy fuck, you play against some really sucky people in fantasy football. You even have no defense in the first damn play.
Well, again, this could be like the daily.
And this could be DFS. If it's DFS, clarify to us that it is DFS. So that way I don't so much exercise my right to roast you.
That's the only, I was going to say, that's the only thing I can imagine makes sense.
Who are we playing against again?
Patriots play the Eagles.
Patriots play the Eagles and Niners play.
The Cardinals.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
If you have any question, you need help.
It doesn't matter. You're going in the
Doesn't matter.
pocket either way. Like, if you have both those defenses, I guarantee your record's like, what the fuck? Like
Undefeated.
one loss.
You're undefeated.
You're going Niners. You're going Niners if I'm you. At least the Eagles have an opportunity to put up runs. Or
You're the same
That's
person that
not-
probably asked the Kamara McCaffrey question.
Let me see.
Justin, Niners or
I took down the Jay Rice jersey for this
Ooh.
one because I didn't want him to hear me say this, but I'm going with New England.
You had to hide Jerry to.
don't blame you.
Couldn't disrespect me.
Coming off a loss, facing Kyler Murray.
I mean,
So-
both of them are going to be good starts. I just think New England is, they have a better chance scoring a defensive touchdown. So
That's really good logic right there.
That's very great logic.
The Niners almost had one last time against the Cardinals. Fred Warner dropped that pick.
The Niners are coming off a short week. The Patriots are coming off a bye week.
Simple fact that Stephon Gilmore is a better corner than Richard Sherman.
All right, Perry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
The Niners coming off a short week. The Patriots coming off a bye week. I'm going to take the Patriots. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for Carson Wentz's MVP season, right?
Both teams have.
Are people still saying that?
I don't know. We just talk about it on our
Eagles
show all
fans.
the time.
Eagles fans are saying that.
yeah, before the season started, it was all.
Yeah, they both have studly defenses, but I'm going 49ers, and the one word is sacks. And Justin, you totally threw me off, man. You put Jerry away. I thought you were going to put him up and just not even.
I knew what was happening the whole time.
That's why I was laughing. I was like, oh, hell no, this is going to be great.
I'm gonna throw it at the camera frame.
All right, Nick Howard. The final rapid fire question is Tyreek Hill or Odell?
Oh, Tyreek Hill. Come on.
God, is this a question?
Odell already played.
Yeah, Odell
These
played.
are the questions from the audience.
Yeah, come on. And even if
Oh,
he
okay, I'm sorry. We didn't answer the Shark in Cup question, so let's finish with that.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
DJ Shark or Connor Cup?
Cooper.
Cooper.
Cooper Cup.
I'm with J Love. He said in chat if you can try to start both, but I would lean Cup even though he had a shit game last week.
Okay.
I'm gonna go off.
Who's
All right,
next?
Perry.
I'm gonna start Cooper Cup. Yeah, it's pretty easy actually for me.
Cooper Cup.
I'm sorry, what were the options? I missed that.
DJ
Cup and Shark.
Shark.
Oh, yeah, I'm going Cooper Cup.
I'll explain a little why I'm going to take him, but I am also going to go Cup. Nick Foles coming back. You don't really know the chemistry between these two. If it was Minshew, I would open up the conversation, but I am going to go Cooper Cup, and he has a redemption game.
I just want to take a second to reminisce on a time when on our show when we first started, we were like, key, catching touchdowns. We were singing that shit. Like, we were doing it. You know,
sing that every week.
I do it. I still do it. and what has been my new thing this season? DJ Shark, do. And I'm
Nationals.
only doing it. No, I'm
Stop.
I'm only doing it right now because the last time this season, I'm probably going to do it with Nick Foles as quarterback. With that being said, you got to go at Cooper Cup, but goddamn, I'll miss it.
Surprisingly enough, I'm gonna be the lone star here and go. I'm gonna go DJ Shark.
Oh, DJ Shark,
Hey, and I'm not doing that just to be the odd man out. I actually think he has a favorable matchup. The Jags play the Colts,
And that is our
the Rams play the Bears. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Thank you to the new guys for joining us on the panel and everyone for coming. This has been great.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, we really appreciate you guys
Gotta
bringing
do
us
our
up.
outro for sure. Yeah, it's been awesome.
Really quick, aside from you guys joining us, I just would like to remind the whole world that the Astros are nothing but big fucking fat cheaters.
Yes, finish with that.
And the Nationals, we still beat you guys. Wow, y'all cheated. Y'all cheated, and we still won.
What are you gonna say?
So, JD, do your sign off, and then I will take it away. I just wanted to say that before we got on all sports talk.
Well, I just I just go to rumboyz.com and that's where me and Jordan Love are. Join us next week and take it away, Perry and Justin. Tell us about where can they find you guys? Where can they go? What's your Twitter handles?
Go ahead, Perry.
Oh, yeah. You can find us at Management Clock on Twitter. You can find us on YouTube at Clock Management. You can find us on anywhere you can listen to a podcast. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. But what would be the biggest help is finding us on YouTube, hitting that subscribe button, and commenting on videos because we're giving away a signed DeAndre Hopkins jersey to a YouTube commenter. So,
ooh.
And listen,
All right,
you
how much
guys,
do I have to pay?
Already am subscribed to you guys.
nothing, man.
listen, all of you guys in the chat, you are already a part of the Rumboyz family. Go to the Clock Management channel. By the way, Clock Management, one of the staff members from Clock Management, can I get one of you guys to drop that link one more game? Drop that link in the chat to your channel so they know where to go and find your material.
Chat,
You got it.
competition. I'm
Hit
gonna
that notification bell for them too, guys.
Yes, please.
Yup. So
and,
yeah,
and most importantly, Rumboyz will be joining us for our show that's going to be coming up tomorrow morning.
Beautiful. Hell yeah.
as long as hang on, so there may be an adjustment to that. I'm going to be at the range tomorrow because I haven't gone shooting in 2.5 years.
Hell yeah.
I think we're recording
Nice.
tonight.
Yeah. Well, we're going to record right after this, so you should be good.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. We're you and I. That's right. Fuck, my whole schedule.
I've been drinking.
Any outro for you, Nick Howard? You want to talk about what you've been working on?
No, everybody kind of knows where to find me.
Hell yeah, brother.
I'm usually here. Everybody that watches, everybody that hangs in the chat, fucks with me, regardless. I have pick'ems coming out for this weekend. And all the other stuff that I've like been kind of pushing off, waiting for the right time, trying to be a perfectionist. It's all coming soon because it's past due.
Well, I'll say it. What were you gonna say, Ty?
Hey, that a boy, Nick. Get your timing right. Go ahead, JD.
I was gonna say, everybody grab your drinks, right? Is it about that time? Robbie, you wanna lead us off?
I am going to lead us off. I'm going to lead us off with the rum. So, like a little bit though, because I got a fucking recorded show. But I'm gonna be honest.
This is gonna be a good time. Just so you know, it's gonna be a good time.
I'm not. I know. I have to bring my notch down from like
from Rumboyz After Dark to like normal like.
Fuck, and like try to start beating like really hard. Like I'm scared.
J-Love's about to die laughing at your ass.
I know he can see because he knows he's like, oh shit.
Yeah, because I know what's gonna happen. He's got to go from our channel to politically correct, which is a tough one for him.
That's why we record ours, so then we can edit out whatever we need to.
That's very smart.
Edit it out part.
Hey, let you know, you're gonna edit out. Record for like 2 hours because you're gonna be editing out like an hour of that.
Oh God.
Minimum.
Oh God.
Alrighty, cheers to me.
Cheers to you. All the
rum boys and girls want to do.
Dilly.
Join us next week. Same time, same place.
Perry.
Same hot topics, same hot questions. No, you're going the wrong way, Justin. Other way.
I know, yeah. Too much
hot questions. Different ones.
I like that. I like
about next week's stuff.
I like
stuff that happens in the future.
In that broadcast, sir.
It's like the damn fucking Brady Bunch. Like J Love here. You never know.
All right, we are all